Hello everybody, welcome to your message from Spirit. We will start with an oracle card, the Dream Forest and Dream World Oracle. We have the fairy glimmers. Spot the glimmers of fairies dancing in the twilight. This is water energy because this is connected to Sirius. Sirius is highly connected to the reflective mechanism of new energies, meaning creation, not recreation, not co-creation, but really what you want to manifest for your life. This is your vision. This is the path that you choose for yourself. No matter what anybody says to you, no matter what you heard from people, that it's not possible, because it's only possible if it is being done. And you know that within your heart, but today Sirius is confirming your mission, your message, your pathway to your Dharma. Your Dharma is to be unrecognizable than you were. Not because you need to change, but because you want to change, right? And this 0331 or 0111 zero energy is a representation of infinite potential realizing itself through you. Not because it is separate, but because it is you. So we will get a number for that. We already have a few. We have the Creator with 01, we have the Shadow with 77, Surrender with 06, and Patience with 1. So there's an energy of really figuring out the maze of this bed, or this upside down hanged man energy, whatever that means for you. This could mean so many different things. But with the pillars of reflection, there is left and right. There is a choice and an option for a new choice. There is creation and recreation. There is co-creation and creation. And it is both at the same time. So you are creating your own destiny here. Maybe not collectively, maybe not for everybody involved, because you can't change people's opinion. But you always have 100% impact of everything that you want to have. So with the Shadow, you engage heavily here in mechanisms of creation that I call sometimes hallucinations or illusions or dream realities, where we don't connect to potential but to fears, false evidence appearing real. Mechanisms of media, mechanisms of trusting that which we hear and not choosing for ourselves that which we want to believe. This is why this Earth is also by Dolores Cannon and many others called this Earth School. Not because it is a lesson or karma or we are associated to deserving what happens here at all. Not at all. Exactly opposite. It is a beautiful playground to realize and self-actualize the potential that you always had will become. You could see this as your most ancient self, a quality of you that drives through qualia. The exact and exceptionally opposite energy of a meaning crisis, but somebody who creates the meaning in its core by explaining the stuff, by thriving for mechanisms of life, by talking with your hands and every gesture that you have in order to reformulate qualias of lost meaning. And this is the knowledge keeper energy, number 6. This is the energy that you are deeply connecting to. We also speak truth 110. You are a channeler here, and not because we channel, because we are that which we channel. There is no separation there. There is no outsourcing energy there. Of course, we can channel each other higher minds, others highest minds, source, energies. We can also connect to densities, dimensions, fractals, viewing points, individualizations, or codes from different civilizations of multidimensionality that already self-actualize themselves. 422 on the timer, or 421 when I first looked, but it switched. And this switch is you. You are not the 421, and you're not the 422, and you're not the 420. You are the bridge between all of that, which is why everything is a permission slip to self-actualize you. With the 4, this is a very stable number, because 4 obviously are cubes. This is a foundation, not because it is measured by time or distance or energies or humans or source or simulation hypotheses. but because it is a re-evaluation of equilibriums that re-establish themselves as soon as they come in contact with the new variable. This is the change. So you cannot do anything about that you are change. You may have struggled hard with love here in that process of change, because simply for the ego mind identity, it can hurt to let go. But you all heard that sentence. If you let something go and it comes back to you, it is meant for you. And this energy is sovereign. It is also connected to the number 2 of pattern realization and harmonization, pattern recognition and pattern adaptation. The 7, your connection to the divine, your infinite loop of creating the divine law for yourself, because you are not separate from anything that you see. And the number 3, a creative approach of a mechanism of the creation itself, Empress energy with that Venus energies, which is though connected to the 7th and 2nd house. So 273 is a code of Venus, the Ra collector, 4th density consciousness, a huge permission slip for you to step into the 3, your creator mode. Get wild, get raw, get honest, get authentic as much as you can, expressing yourself and not being afraid of anything that you heard, but really determining what you want, exactly how you want it. And if it is negative entropy, where you realize that you don't have to die, but you have exit points where you can die if you want to go from this planet. 6:38 on the timer. We humans are the number 5, which is the missing constant if we look at 6 and 11. 11 would be a mechanism of reflection of the heart space, which is the 6. And if the heart space is not in coherence which is sad with its environment, it reflects that back into existence, which it already has been created. And there are multiple mechanisms here, but Venus is really the most dominant one, even though it is a very feminine, sensual, sovereign energy here. It can switch as well. It can adapt to the shadows and reiterate, that was the word I was searching, reiterate the outlaw that it wants to be in order to change the freak out of the system that it sees. You've been through destruction, but you always realized here that you have the overview in a certain amount of time over the system, which is why the measurement of time already reflected back towards you within the system itself. Know that your higher minds channel each other's higher minds, and if you have a great idea that is of benefit for all of humankind, it can be, of course, that your higher mind informs others' highest minds that are able to take the courage to inform other systems here, to do that. And this is not what many people say that are in draconic energies, meaning an energy of hiding, secrecy, patterning, repatterning, and not realizing those patterns even though you realize them on a conscious level. You don't realize them subconsciously because of the reptilian brain. This could be seen as reptilian draconic energies. There is no war going on outside of this timeline that we are here on Earth because we choose consciously our Earth, which means automatically that there is no such thing as destiny swaps or fate transmissions where people steal from each other. This literally only happens on Earth because there are people just jealous and not happy about who it is that they are, but there is them and there is the perception of them. And if that's you, if you feel like you're not happy with who you are, just remember that you always are the change constant. You are the triangle. You are literally the mechanism of creation, literally, and you can't do anything to negotiate that unless you choose to really reinforce that inner critic again and again and again and again, which can be helpful for some processes for sure. We all know that we sometimes enjoy doubting, and we enjoy some processes of these reprocesses. But 666, ask your body what it really wants, if anything would be possible, if nothing would be set in stone, what it is that you would like. And this is the energy of your destiny, because right now there is an energy of earth splitting. 3D or 4D. 7. your higher connection to your divine nature, and you define what nature means to you, and not based on what we've been told of this planet's history, but that which is relevant for your evolution to take place accordingly to the laws of physics that you want to be established in this life. As soon as there is a measurement happening, there is an interaction happening, because as soon as there is an interaction happening of two systems that are whole, there is a measurement happening, which means the zero is the one, which means the one could be the zero, but it means that the zero wasn't the zero, because things were not equally in balance with the 0 point energy of the universe on this Earth timeline, which is why it is 2 or an 11, because it is a higher ascended master number of balance, reflecting mechanisms, but out of cohere with their true nature, because nature was defined in a cryptic way, which is why you ought to anticipate in this 88 mechanism of sharing your wisdom and being interested in divinatory systems here. 11:9 on the clock. The Alchemist, 444, 11:11 now. You really threw away a lot of systems that didn't serve you here. And those systems that didn't serve you were not a karmic lesson. You don't deserve a karmic lesson. You are a source consciousness incarnate. But this maybe was a realization that took place over time, even though timelessness is more real. Yeah. You are releasing a lot of things right now. And I'm here to tell you just that you are love. And that you can feel this love at all times if you choose to. Not if you go through the problems and find the solution on the same level where the problem arises. But as Einstein said, move to a different level, right? And everything that seemed to be a problem dissolves from itself. He also mentioned the spooky action in the distance, which is spooky if we look at quantum entanglement and the effects it has on our current reality. With your wild approaches, you can change physics. You can change collective consciousness, because that which you desire for everybody involved, everybody desires as well. Everybody wants to be seen, everybody wants to be heard, everybody wants disclosure, everybody wants to be themselves. And if there is somebody in your head that tells you different, then know that it is you and yourself, and somebody of that must not to be true. Right? Okay, I will leave you with that, guys. I hope you enjoyed your message. You are moving through paradox within your ultimate realization, self-actualization of ascended frequencies of self, harmony, disorder, and establishing a new order out of that chaos. I love you so much, and I see you soon.